Hey guys, what's up? So as you heard last week, I'm gonna be talking about fasting this week. I've been fasting for about say it's 24, just so last one's 24. So I've been fasting for about 38 hours, going on 39 hours. This week I'm gonna talk about the benefits of fasting and the cons of it. I'm pretty sure there's some people who I'm pretty sure there's been some negative side effects of some people who got on an intermittent fasting diet, also on day fasting diet, day fasting eating patterns, not diets. But I'm gonna be talking about this. I'm gonna be talking about that this week, and some of the things I do some things I do to not be so hungry. I drink a lot of water. I drink probably about, I think this is 96 food ounces, so I probably drink around 5 of these the days I'm fasting, the days I fast for like 24 plus hours. And what also keeps me feeling full is pure water, sparkling water. It kind of fills me up a little bit more than regular water, so that's another way I keep my cravings at bay. And I drink also black coffee. Black coffee with stevia, not that much stevia, and probably 2 or 1 packets of Splenda. That's pretty much the only things I do during the days I fast. Sometimes I drink BCAAs depending how sore and how tired my body feels from the workouts the days before. And that's pretty much it. And also one of the most important things you can do to not think about food or to not feel hungry. It's definitely staying busy. Going out, always walking around, staying active. Keep your mind off wandering. The days I fast, like for example, yesterday I fasted all day. I left the house and I went out to go study at a park. I was very focused. I had some black coffee, and then after that I went to work. Work was very busy, and I didn't sit down during lunch with my coworkers. I went out and kept working, or not went to the back room and studied and just kept my mind busy. That's a good way I recommend. The best way I recommend for you not to have cravings during fasting. Also, while fasting, my acne has cleared. I feel I have a lot more energy. I'm more active. I get up way easier in the morning when I fast. Also, it's I feel like I have more power when I go work out. So for example, I've been fasting for about 38 hours, and I'm about to go do some upper body. I drink BCAAs, and people say you need to eat before the gym. I thought that for many years, and then I decided, okay, let me start fasting before the gym. And when I go work out on an empty stomach and fasted state, I feel I have more energy, and I feel like more agile, less sluggish, as in before I would drink a shake before going to the gym. So that's another thing to consider. But like I said, I'm no fitness expert, and I plan to do some research this weekend and post a video on the benefits and the cons of fasting. So stay tuned for this week, and yeah, get ready for the next video. All right, peeps. So I'm gonna use the EBSCO database to fill up my medical articles on if you should try fasting or not. For the most part, the articles I found were positive. I didn't really find any negatives. Only negatives I found were some people who are diabetic. They won't recommend it for people who are diabetic. For females who are pregnant or who are nursing their children, they don't recommend fasting for people who do have blood sugar or insulin issues like diabetics. They also recommend that if you do have health issues or you're overweight or obese, you should consult with your doctor first before you take on the intermittent fasting approach. So let's dive right into it. Again, EBSCO database, specifically on health sources. And for the first article, we're going to look into should you try fasting medical article by Harvard Medical School. For the most part, this article is based on the statements from Dr. Eric Grimm, a professor of epidemiology and nutrition at the Harvard T. Chan School of Public Health. First and foremost, with this article, the writer opens up with saying fasting's been around for quite some time already, specifically with religions such as Judaism or Muslim, being a Muslim or Christianity. The most basic approach. Again, this article is going to be a general, pretty much a general description of and general positivity and some general negatives of fasting. Pretty much the most basic approach for fasting is a 16-8 eating pattern, which is you fast for 16 hours and within that 8-hour window you eat. So for example, we look here. From 8 p.m. when you last have your dinner, pretty much you have dinner around 7-8 p.m. You will not eat until 12 o'clock the next day, 12 p.m. the next day. So you don't do any midnight snacks, you don't eat any calories, you don't drink any juices before you go to bed or in the middle of the night. You don't eat breakfast. You pretty much drink coffee and water for breakfast. That's the only thing you do. Like I said here, you just skip breakfast and you only eat lunch and dinner pretty much and a snack in between. If you're gonna eat between an 8-hour window, you can drink water, coffee, and tea during a fasting period. What this article also that it's a big emphasis for me that I put in red right here as you can see. Just because you fasted does not mean you have permission to overindulge or eat junk food. Which means that just because you fasted for 16 hours does not mean you should go out and eat two Big Macs with large fries with a Coke. The reason why is because yes, you did not overeat the calories in a day, but that just one unhealthy meal, like so just eating a half pizza, a whole pizza in one meal, or even two, or you make it worse, even two meals of unhealthy food, you will overeat the amount of calories that you did not burn in the day. So therefore, like fasting will help you lose weight, but of course, if it comes down to if you're also exercising and on a clean eating diet while you're fasting. Also, what it says here is that in this little segment, if you read it, it says that that eating for such a long period can place the body in a state of short-term ketosis, meaning the body burns fat for energy. What this means is that your body taps into its fat cells, it's stored energy, uses that as energy to go throughout your day. Um, as far as the research on longevity and if if it has positive effects for living longer or for health in the long run, there's not enough research for that. They're still determining whether there's any negative side effects or positive effects of fasting for long periods of time. Not in a sense of not eating for a day or two, but just saying continuously doing intermittent fasting until you reach a certain age. What they found in a study of March 2019 by Nutrients, they found that people who did intermittent fasting, their blood pressure, cholesterol, inflammation levels decreased. Other research in both humans and animals has found the switch to fat burning that results from fasting can help regulate blood sugar levels, treat obesity, and lower the risk of cardiovascular diseases. One thing they point out that very sticks out to me is that, however, don't expect intermittent fasting to be a quick weight loss solution. It can take a long time for those fewer calories to translate to lost pounds, says Dr. Rim. You probably can't follow it now and expect any significant change in weight. He has average person who allows his routine along with healthy diet and exercise can expect to drop 3 to 5 pounds a month. So what he's saying here is that don't expect to be on a fasting eating pattern, and just by doing that alone, you're gonna lose 5 6 pounds a month. It's not a magic pill. It's not a magic diet. If you do this with, of course, eating healthy, eating your greens, your vegetables, eating the right fruits, the keeping your simple carbohydrate intake low, and eating poultry, healthy lean meat, you will see significant weight loss. So of course, this alone is not the cure to obesity or you getting lean and losing weight fast. Another thing I found very important in this article is that to take it slow. What he means by this right here, take it slow. Pretty much to sum up this whole paragraph is that don't just jump right into fasting right away. What I mean by that is like, okay, say today's Sunday, right? For example, me making this video and I've never done fasting before. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna eat dinner tonight, and then tomorrow, I'm just gonna fast until lunchtime. Me, for example, me, if I have been so used to eating 4 or 5 times a day, and I'm gonna jump to fasting tomorrow, my body is not used to it. My body is so used to eating 4 or 5 times a day that I'm gonna be craving. I'm gonna be craving to eat breakfast a snack, lunch a snack, and dinner and snack before I go to bed. my body's gonna be constantly craving that energy to eat. If you do want to try this diet, I highly recommend you slowly transition to it. So start with your 8 hour fast, which means eat your dinner, get up in the morning, drink some water first thing in the morning, drink some black coffee. Start slow, do not eat breakfast right away. When you first get up, drink water, coffee, wait an hour or two, and then eat breakfast, of course. And then from there on, do that for about a week or two. Then from there, cut your breakfast, cut breakfast out completely, or if not, eat a small breakfast, and then from there, wait till lunchtime. Uh, we could also do, like I said, just slowly transition to where you're cutting breakfast and you're cutting your snacks off, where you only depend on lunch and dinner to sustain the day. And from there, if you want to take it to a little bit higher levels, you could also do day fasting. Now, mind you, that I've been fasting for almost 3 years, and to do like a 36, 48 hour fast like I do once a week, I say that it took me some time to do it. It took me about a year and a half to get to the point to be able to my body's able to sustain this energy and use the reserve energy to not depend on food for a day. So of course, if you're gonna get into fasting, take your time, and definitely here, like I said, check with your doctor before you try intermittent fasting. If you take blood pressure medication, often get dizzy from standing too quickly, or you have diabetes. Low blood sugar levels from not eating for so long could cause problems. So of course, if you have this issue of diabetes or blood pressure, definitely talk to your doctor first. If you're trying to lose weight, use this. Other than that, let's jump into the next article. Like I said, this is just a general breakdown of what fasting is and the things you should consider before giving it a try. Now, this other last article by by Environmental Nutrition from Mackenzie Hall. Pretty much, like I said, it's a very short article about the pros and cons of fasting. For the pros, it's repetitive. Our ancestors did it. Uh, it's been going on for decades already with the different religions of Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, and Catholicism. What Mackenzie writes, she writes one study for the pros that research suggests that intermittent fasting may offer health benefits such as better cognitive health, improved glucose metabolism, and perhaps even prolonged life, according to Scientist Review published in 2006. There's no specific, doesn't have a specific name or who published it or what company it was, so we don't know if that's legit or not. But this one's pretty interesting to me. A 2010 study published in International Journal of Obesity found that among overweight women in intermittent fasting, 75% reduction in calorie needs these 2 consecutive days each week, followed by 100% of estimated calorie needs for 5 days, produced an average weight loss of 14 pounds over 6 months. 2 more pounds less than the women who ate an average of 1,500 calories each day. So pretty much what the study shows is that for 2 days, 75% of what the women need, their calories were cut for 2 days, and then for the rest of the week, pretty much for 5 days, they ate 100% of what their body needed. So the subjects were able to lose more weight than a person eating normally, 4 or 5 times a day, average amount of calories. They were able to lose more weight by just fasting for a few days a week. Now the cons, which we all want to get into, the cons again, they're not very much listed, but for what Mackenzie writes, the same 2006 scientific review, which is the one that talks about the pros of intermittent fasting with cognitive health, improving glucose metabolism, prolonging life. Uh, Excessive caloric restriction may lead to extreme loss of body fat and decline of sex steroids, which may cause menstrual irregularities and the development of osteoporosis in females. A 2010 study published in the journal of Cardiac Failure found that rats subjected to intermittent fasting developed stiffened heart tissue, impairing the organ's ability to pump blood effectively. And some research suggests that eating regularly throughout the day may be a better weight loss strategy, as it helps reduce overall caloric intake and boost metabolism. Indeed, a randomized trial reported at the Scientific Meeting Obesity Week in Atlanta in 2013 found that patients who fasted every other day lost about the same amount of weight over 2 months as those who did not fast and ate a standard diet. Health experts are also concerned that fasting may potentially mask eating disorders and trigger unhealthy habits, such as preoccupation with food or poor body image. The practice is not advised for individuals with diabetes, as it can lead to hypoglycemia and low blood sugar. The next section she pretty much breaks it down to pretty much there more research is needed, more tests are needed to determine whether this is a safe and effective way for someone to eat, uh, for a way for someone to eat, depending on their health conditions. Mackenzie writes that it's best for someone who has mood swings, low blood sugar problems, headaches, gets headaches very easily, gets hungry very fast, or fatigues from not eating. Should consider seeing a doctor first before following intermittent fasting. So what can we take with all this information? Um, we could say that for the most part, all these articles have been for fasting. Considering our ancestors did, repeatedly what we talked about, our ancestors did not eat 3 4 times a day. They went a day or a couple days without eating, and they were able to sustain their energy, and also were able to live as long as they drink water and stay hydrated. Um, research still needs to be done, and tests still need to be done of a control group of testing blood sugar levels, testing the type of diets under fasting. Intermittent fasting to me has worked great in my life. I've been doing it for almost 2 years, like I said before. Pretty much, if you do want to give it a try, I recommend starting slowly, especially if you're used to eating 3 4 times a day. Slowly work towards eat 8 hours. Uh, Work towards fasting for 8 hours. Then 2 weeks later, 12 hours. A couple weeks later, 16 hours, and then about 6 months into a year into it, you can work on fasting for 24 hours, not eating for a whole day. It's pretty much up to you to choose whether you want to follow this eating pattern or not. Usually, I recommend this for people who are very busy. I say it's very important to know how much you're eating in a day because you don't want to undereat either if you're fasting. I recommend to do eat the calories you do need in a day. Figure out what your BMR is, your basic basal metabolic rate, and then from there add on if you're busy or not, depending how much you work out and how active you are at work. It's imperative while doing fasting to drink some water. It will keep you full. It will keep you feeling full if you drink water throughout the day. It will probably be very difficult for you to fast if you're gonna be sitting at home not doing absolutely nothing, just watching TV. You're gonna get cravings. Your mind is gonna wander, and you're probably gonna end up thinking about food. I recommend for you to stay very busy. If you are gonna fast, and you're if you are starting this, you are gonna get hunger pains. So definitely drink a lot of water. Keep your mind busy. Stay busy, so your mind won't wander and you won't break break your fast earlier than the goal you want. Diabetes, low blood pressure. If you're breastfeeding or are pregnant, I highly recommend you speak to your doctor first before taking fasting. But for me, fasting with a diet and working out has proven very beneficial for me. My acne is screwed up. I feel like when I follow a diet and I do fast and I do work out, I feel I'm my most optimal. I don't want to say higher self, but I feel I'm most optimal and most productive that way, and I feel way more focused, especially when I do follow my routine strictly. I will recommend fasting to anybody who's very busy, who doesn't have time to eat 3 4 times a day or to pack so many containers of food. Fasting has proven very beneficial for me, and I hope these articles do help you out in determining your decision. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physical trainer. Hopefully, will be soon. But I hope this does help you make a decision, like I made my decision to choose intermittent fasting. Um, Please like the video, comment, subscribe if you want. Next week, I am taking a trip to Dallas to see some family. The week after, I'm gonna be talking about the different workout routines. Specifically, I'm gonna go into starting a workout. What's the best workout routine for somebody who's starting off? And I'm gonna go in depth in that. I'm not gonna talk about it right now, but definitely the following week we're gonna be talking about different workout routines for you to start. For a person who's brand new, just starting, or somebody who's returning to the gym, like I did, taking about a month off from the gym. So please stay tuned. This is my channel, and I hope you guys found the video very informal. And everyone have a good week, good productive week. Remember, drink your water, and please eat your meat and vegetables. Have a good day.